It's hard to believe that the season is already halfway over, but here we are with another predictions video on Touchdown Kingdom. Let's get right into the first matchup of the week. This week's Thursday night game will be a battle between the Carolina Panthers and the Chicago Bears. Not exactly a premier matchup, both of these teams have struggled so far in 2023. Both teams are also coming off of Week 9 losses. Bears quarterback Tyson Bagent had a horrible game, throwing 3 interceptions and losing a fumble. There is a chance that Justin Fields might come back for Week 10, and that would definitely add a spark to the Bears' offense. The Panthers are lost on both sides of the ball, and this would be a good opportunity for the Bears to get a win. Chicago gets the W, 22-20.
BetUS, America's favorite sportsbook, where you can bet on everything anytime. Sportsbook, casino, horse racing, live betting, and more. We have the best bonuses in the industry. That's right, get a 125% sign-up bonus. And to celebrate our 30-year anniversary, we are giving up to 30 risk-free bets, a truck, Super Bowl tickets, and more. Don't miss out. Play smart. Join now. BetUS, where the game begins.
Moving on to the Colts at the Patriots. The Colts are coming off of a good win over the Panthers and are now just one game below 500 on the year. The Pats have the worst record in the AFC and are in last place in the conference. The Patriots' offense just cannot seem to get out of their own way. Colts win 24-17. Up next, we have the Browns at the Ravens. Both teams dominated their Week 9 matchups. The Browns shut out the Cardinals 27-0, while the Ravens had a very impressive 37-3 win over a talented Seahawks team. The Ravens are definitely the better team in this matchup, and they should handle business at home. I think their defense is going to step up and limit Deshaun Watson, just like they limited Geno Smith last week. Ravens win 27-20. Up next, we have the Packers at the Steelers. The Steelers squeezed out a win over Tennessee and are somehow sitting at 5-3 on the year, even though there's plenty still to be desired from their offense. The Packers' season has been rocky, but they are coming off of a nice win over the Rams. That being said, I still like the Steelers at home. Their defense is elite, and they just find ways to win thanks to head coach Mike Tomlin. Steelers win 23-18. Moving along to the 49ers at the Jaguars. The Niners have lost 3 straight games, but just had their bye week to reset and prepare to make a playoff push. Meanwhile, the Jaguars are red hot and have won their last 5 in a row. They get the home field advantage this week, but I don't think they need it anyway. The 49ers have had some recently exposed potential weaknesses, particularly at the quarterback position. Meanwhile, Trevor Lawrence has been balling out for the Jaguars. I like Jacksonville to continue their run and get another win at home, 26-21. Next up, we have the Saints at the Vikings. The Vikings are coming off of a miraculous win, with new quarterback Joshua Dobbs leading the way. His 3 total touchdowns and game-winning drives sealed the deal for the Vikings to get their 5th win of the season. The Saints are also coming off of a win, and it looks like we could be in for a fun game between 2 fairly evenly matched teams. Ultimately, the Saints defense will save the day and seal the win for New Orleans. Saints win 24-20. Up next, we have the Texans at the Bengals. The Bengals are coming off of a huge Sunday Night Football win over the Buffalo Bills, and their season is back in full swing. They're still in a very competitive division, but they look like a team to be feared once again. The Texans are also coming off of a pretty awesome win of their own, a last-second touchdown pass from C.J. Stroud to seal the deal over the Buccaneers. The Texans have showed promise, but this is the Bengals' game to lose. They should handle the job at home. Bengals win 31-23. Before we get into our next matchup, I'd just love to remind you guys to please like the video if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new, and most importantly, don't forget to leave your predictions and your thoughts in the comments below. Now let's move on to the Titans at the Buccaneers. Will Levis came back down to earth after rocking the football world with an epic debut 2 weeks back. The Titans couldn't get the job done and dropped the game to the Steelers, while the Bucs were outdueled by the Texans in a high-scoring game. The Bucs defense has not been playing up to par, but the Titans offense is too inconsistent to predict. I'll take the Bucs at home in a low-scoring game, 20-16. Next up, we have the Lions at the Chargers. The Lions have crawled out of the perennial depths and have emerged as a real football team. They're currently sitting at 6-2 and are leading the way in the NFC North. Meanwhile, the Chargers are back to 500 on the year after getting off to a rather rocky start on the season. Justin Herbert is always a threat to have a big day through the air, but I feel like the Lions are a uniquely good team. They're well coached, and they're playing for one of the most dedicated fan bases in the NFL that have never experienced a championship. I think this could be a special year for Detroit. Lions win 28-24. Up next are the Falcons and the Cardinals. The Cardinals are in the midst of a lost season, perhaps a lost era. They most recently got blown out by the Browns, and things are certainly trending downwards for the organization as a whole. On the flip side, the Falcons are a young team trying to find their way, but they've seen some success so far this year. They have 4 wins through 9 games, and we've seen the emergence of playmakers like running back Bijan Robinson and tight end Jonnu Smith. I like the Falcons to handle business against this one-win Cardinals team. Falcons win 25-14. Moving on to the Giants at the Cowboys. The Cowboys were unable to overcome the Eagles in Week 9, but they played well overall and only lost by 5 points to the best team in the NFC and possibly in the NFL as a whole. On the flip side, the Giants are sitting at 2-7 and are in the midst of a wasted season. Daniel Jones suffered a season-ending knee injury, and things might look very different in New York come next season. This is the Cowboys' game to lose, and they should definitely get the job done. Cowboys win 31-17. Up next, we have the Commanders at the Seahawks. The Commanders managed to beat the Patriots in epic fashion last week. A long touchdown pass from Sam Howell to Jahan Dotson ultimately sealed the deal and gave Washington the W. Now, the Seahawks did not have a week like Washington. Seattle was blown out by the Ravens in a game that everybody expected to be much more of a close contest. The Seahawks are angry and are at home against a way inferior Commanders team, and to me, that means the Seahawks win, 24-14. Next up, we have the Jets at the Raiders. The Jets' offense continues to fail week after week, and time is almost up for quarterback Zach Wilson. He's last or near last in almost every statistical category that there is, and the Jets are suffering as a result. They continue to waste a championship-caliber defense, while their upcoming opponent is coming off of a high-flying 30-6 win over the Giants. The Raiders are playing free under interim head coach Antonio Pierce, and I like them to get another win at home against this struggling Jet offense. Raiders win in a low-scoring game, 17-14. Moving on to our final matchup of Week 10, we have the Broncos at the Bills. The Bills just lost to the Bengals, and Josh Allen once again didn't show up in a big game. This has been a trend for Allen all year long, and question marks are starting to form around Buffalo as they sit at only 1 game above 500. Luckily for the Bills, they have a winnable game at home against the Broncos, who have showed flashes like beating the Chiefs, but are still an incredibly long ways away from where they want to be as a football team. This should be a good get-right game for the Bills at home. Bills win 27-18. All right, everybody, that's going to do it for another video here on Touchdown Kingdom. Thank you so much for watching. As always, please like the video if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new so you can stay up to date on all of our latest and greatest NFL content, and as always, most importantly, please don't forget to leave your comments and your predictions in the comment section below. Thank you so much, have a great day, and we'll see you in the next video. Peace out.